Hi friends, good morning all of you. I am Madhukar Thakre. Today we are going to start first poem of the new syllabus, Song of the Open Road. This poem is written by Walt Whitman. The poem Song of the Open Road is written by Walt Whitman. He was an American poet, essayist, and journalist. He is known as the father of pre-verse. Friends, pre-verse means the collection of lines without any rhyme. That is called pre-verse. His major work, Leaves of Grass, was published in July 1855. His famous poem, O Captain, My Captain, written on the death of Abraham Lincoln. The section first of Song of the Open Road from Leaves of Grass is a beautiful blend of self-awareness, free will, and tenderness of heart. It gives us poets realization of that alone the journey of life one will face a test of wisdom which is not tested in any university or school. A road is used everyone commonly, whether rich or poor, and it forces all levels of people to associate with one another. The road signifies mobility. One can take the road as a point to start over towards something new. The poet talks about the people and places. Friends, the poet compare road as a journey of life and beginning from the birth. Each and every man and woman, they lives their life, whether it will happy or it will not happy, which is depend on the situation. Troubles comes in life and people overcome upon them and go forward, go ahead. Let us see first stanza of the poem. Afoot and light-hearted, I take to the open road, healthy, free, the world before me, along brown path before me, leading wherever I choose. At the beginning of the poem, speaker is setting out on the open road on foot means he is started a journey, and the journey of life is very carefree, without any burden, without any disturbance. He started his journey of life on a road. Secondly, he is light-hearted and open to all he is about to experience. Additionally, the speaker recognizes that it is he who is in control of his journey. He will choose where the path will take him on his journey. The road of life goes wherever on which one can lead, or the road leading to him. Next stanza. Henceforth I ask not good fortune, I myself am good fortune. Henceforth I whimper no more, postpone no more, need nothing, done with endure complaints, libraries, querulous criticisms, strong and content, I travel the open road. Friends, in the second stanza, the thoughts of expressed by the poet continue in the second stanza also. The speaker or the poet says that he does not have to pray for good luck because he is the maker of his own luck. He will no longer cry or hesitate to do what he wants because he is in need of nothing. Friends, poet never asks or never pray for the good luck, good fortune in his life because he himself or he seems himself he was or he can be done good fortune. Henceforth I whimper no more, and he never whimper means he never hesitate or never crying on struggle, never crying on sadness, never crying on unhappiness, postpone no more, need nothing, and he never expected anything, done with indoor complaints, libraries, scurrilous criticism, strong and content, I travel to the open road. He is no longer content with being inside. He is strong. He himself is strong and never considered being inside, having a libraries, strong, happy to be on the open road. Third stanza. The earth that is sufficient I do not want the constellation any nearer. I know they are very well where they are. I know they suffice for those who belong to them. The poet says that he seems to separate himself from others. He says the earth is fine the way it is. He does not desire to be any closer to the stars than he already is. He knows they are fine where they are, and he knows they are good enough for those who belong to them. The last line is in strong contrast to the rest of the poem, where the speaker emphasizes his free will and independence, which means he probably does not include himself in the group of people who belong to the constellation. He does not belong to them because he does not need them. The meaning of the words constellations here, it means group, collection, gathering of people. Next stanza. Still I carry my old delicious burdens. I carry them, men and women. I carry them with wherever I go. I swear it is impossible for me to get rid of them. I am filled with them and I will fill them in return. Friends, the meaning of the word delicious burdens, it means sweet memories in our past. The speaker admits that he is not without his own problems, but instead of pressing, he relish them. The reader can see this through poet's diction. He use of the word delicious is no accident. Through that word, poet conveys the sense of relish the speaker feels for his burden. In the second line of the final stanza, the speaker admits to all that he carries with him wherever he goes. This thought is continued in the final two lines of the poem. The speaker declares that he cannot rid himself of them. Friends, in whole life, people carried sweet memories in their life, and wherever he goes, he carry that memories. He carries bad people as well as good people wherever he goes, because he can't get rid from it, and it is part and parcel of life. So that poet says here, I swear it is impossible for me to get rid of them, and without it the life is nothing. I am filled with them The whole life of the people is filled with delicious memories, means delicious burdens, and I will fill them in return. And friends, he falls them the burden, and in return, he is filled with his burdens, and in return, he fills them. The speaker is stating here that his burdens do not define him, rather, he accepts them and carries them with him wherever he goes. Friends, meaning of the words: a foot, going on foot, walking in motion, or to start. Brown path, bare land. Postpone, to stop for few days. Suffice, enough, adequate. Delicious burdens, here sweet memories of the past. A whimper, low voice of cry or agony, unhappiness, sadness. Curious, argumentative, complaining. Constellations, here it means group of people, collection, gathering of people. Light-hearted, cheerful, carefree. Take to begin. Friends, let us see the importance of the title. Title of the poem. The title of the poem is very significant, as Whiteman has used the words song with a definite purpose, that he enjoys to travel on the open road without any tension and worries of past, present, and future, and face the life without any complaint against his life. The poet wishes to move ahead on the road of life with his own will and goodness. The song of the open road also indicates freedom. Introduction to the poem. Friends, this kind of points, or this point is importance to the point of examination. You need to write down in your notebook. Song of the Open Road is a poem by Walt Whitman. It is taken from the collection Leaves of Grass. It is written in 1856. Walt Whitman strongly advocates importance of democracy and freedom. The poem Song of the Open Road is written in the free verse and is in the form of monologue by the poet. Monologue means inner feeling of the poet or people, which is expressed by himself. The poet intends to express his open thoughts over journey of life taken on different roads. The unrhymed and varying length of lines shows the complexities and the ups and downs one faces in his or her life. It also indicates the poet's inner desire to enjoy life to its fullest without bothering about the tensions and worries. It is an inspirational poem written in the form of narration. This poem is an ode to oneself. About the poet, friends, at least you should know about the poet. Basic information, as I already mentioned at the beginning of the poem, Walt Whitman was an American poet, essayist, and journalist. He is often called the father of free verse. He was born on Long Island in 1819 and grew up in the New York area. He had very little formal schooling, but he considered himself to be a lifelong learner. Whiteman died at the age of 72 after suffering stroke in 1892. His poem "O Captain, My Captain" and his poetry collection "Leaves of Grass" are his remarkable literary works. Friends, in each and every poem, you must learn figure of speech. Various figure of speech are given in the poem. Last lecture also we have learned many figure of speech. So first one, the long brown. First one is alliteration. Friends, it is a repetition of sound at the beginning of word. Okay? In मराठी एखाद्या वाक्यात किंवा कवितेच्या चरणात एकाच अक्षराची पुनरावृत्ती होऊन त्यातील लयामुळे जेव्हा त्याला सौंदर्य प्राप्त होते तेव्हा alliteration हा अलंकार होतो. The long brown path before me, leading wherever I choose. Then in this line you will have to find out which sound is repeated again and again at the beginning of words. That is, the L sound is repeated. Long, leading. Next one is brown and before. The sound of letter L and B is repeated. Henceforth I am not good fortune, myself am good fortune. Friends, next one figure of speech, repetition. The same word repeated again and again in same line or same sentences. In the given line, henceforth I as not good fortune, myself am good fortune. The word good fortune is repeated. In the next line, I carry them, men and women, I carry them with men wherever I go. Same words repeated, carry them. Okay. Next one, paradox. Still here I carry my old delicious burdens. Delicious and burdens express opposite meanings. In the paradox, opposite meanings expresses tautology. Done with indoor complaints, libraries, querulous criticism. Complaints and querulous expresses same meaning. Same meaning expressed with the different words. At the time, the figure of speech is tautology. Metaphor. Sweet memories are indirectly compared to something delicious. Friends, metaphor means in Marathi, जेव्हा उपमेय व उपमान यात भिन्नता नाही असे वर्णन केलेले असते तेव्हा दृष्टांत मेटाफर अलंकार होतो. थोडक्यात ॲज, लाईक, ॲज, सो या शब्दांशिवाय होणारी तुलना म्हणजेच रूपक मेटाफर अलंकार होय. जसं already last year I told you the famous example of metaphor, life is dream. Same example you can convert into the simile, life is like a dream. Next figure of speech, climax. Climax and anticlimax. In the climax, the words, events, or situations are arranged in ascending order. Henceforth, I need no more. See the line and write down in your notebook. Next one example of given alliteration figure of speech. More example you will have to find out in the textbook, in the poem. Inversion. The words are not in correct prose order or correct order. Repetition already we have seen. Find out more example. Climax is there. Personification. Song of the open road. In Marathi, चेतना गुणोक्ती अलंकार. निसर्गातील निर्जीव वस्तू सजीव आहेत अशी कल्पना करून ती सजीवांप्रमाणे वागतात किंवा कृती करतात तेव्हा चेतना गुणोक्ती हा अलंकार होतो. सॉन्ग ऑफ द रोड. Non-living object. Road is shown singing. Song of the open road. That is the metaphor. It is compared with the journey of life. That's why it is the metaphor. And next one, paradox. I already mentioned opposite ideas, words are mentioned in the same sentences. Theme of the poem. This point also important to the point of examination. See the theme of the poem. The theme of the poem is freedom, joy of pre-life, and optimism are the major themes of this poem. Throughout the poem, the poet encourages the readers to be true to themselves and live a free, enjoy the freedom of life. Although his life is not free from obligations and troubles, he encourages everyone to live their dreams, leaving the obstacles behind. That is the theme of the poem. You have to write in your notebook while pausing the video. Then, what is the moral of the poem? It teaches us to be optimistic and happy. We have everything, including freedom and opportunities. It encourages us to enjoy the healthy and free world. It motivates us to fill our heart with immense pleasure. Features of the poem. The poem is written in a very simple and effective language which is easy to understand. It is written in a pre-verse. There is no rhyme scheme and meter. That's why it is pre-verse. Length of the lines and stanzas are not equal. It has 4 separate stanzas. The first stanza contains only 3 lines. The other 2 stanzas contain 4 lines. In the last stanzas, poet uses parentheses to separate himself from the worldly need. Phrases like light-hearted and querulous criticisms are interesting. Imageries such as constellations and brown color are noteworthy. Figure of speech such as alliteration, metaphor, repetition, and paradox are impressive. Thank you very much.